So I'm doing a really quick and easy recipe tonight. I just found it today on Instagram. I was just scrolling through Instagram. I'm so bad about scrolling through Instagram. I spend more time on Facebook and YouTube than anywhere else. And I think sometimes I just don't show enough Instagram love, which I really should, but I don't have enough time. So I was scrolling through Instagram and checking some keto pages that I follow, and somebody posted a recipe for cheesy buns. So I was like, oh, this is very simple. So here is the bun, right? And you put whatever in the middle you want. So you're kind of making like a McMuffin, or you can use these with hamburgers. They put eggs, sausage, and cheese. And then for 2 of these cheesy buns, it is only a half a net gram of carb. So I'm going to I made 1 batch, which gives you 4. You can also use this for pizza crust, but I really like the fathead pizza dough for that. So I'm going to make these just for egg sandwiches in the morning. And the kids are going to be working on making some egg muffins. So again, it's really simple. This doesn't just have to be something you do if you're keto. But for us keto folks, it helps us out. Very simple recipe. So let me share with you what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to double batch this. So I'm going to see if I have enough of my Parmesan cheese. So doing it on a budget, right? I went to, this is great value. So this one came from Walmart. Hey, Miss Savannah, but I have gotten this same cheese, 8 ounces from the Dollar Tree. So if you're looking for cheap, grated, Parmesan cheese, you can pick this up at the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to be using a cup of this if I have a cup. So if I have a cup, I can double batch it. So Parmesan cheese from the Dollar Tree for $1. It's not quite a cup, but we were almost there. So I'm going to count that as a cup. I am doing, hey Michael, I saw all that snow, oh my word. I'm doing cheesy buns, keto cheesy buns. So I can make like breakfast sandwiches, and I'll put my sausage, my eggs, and my cheese in the middle, and that'll be my bun. So a keto friendly snack. I think on keto, the one thing I miss the most is bread. I don't really miss too much, but every now and then you want a nice piece of toast or something to put your sausage and your egg between. So this is mozzarella cheese, which is really huge in keto cooking. So I'm going to do 2 cups of mozzarella cheese. So 1 cup of parm, and I'm doubling the recipe. So if you only do 1 batch, you have this. So a cup of parm, I'm doing 2 cups of mozz. And this is the low moisture part skim. Oh man, yes, I found a recipe for keto friendly pound cake today, and I was like almost about to go in on that pound cake, but I was like, nope, don't do it, Shakema, because it's gonna be too much. Because I would eat the whole pound cake. Yes, loved one.
That dishwasher's gonna need to go now.
In a sec. It'll be great to go in a minute. It's okay. It can go in a minute. No problem.
I know, just mean I can't fit any more dishes in there.
That's fine. Then you can wash them by hand. See, when they say they can't fit no more dishes in the dishwasher, then you just revert to wash them by hand. What? Okay, so 2 cups of mozzarella cheese, 1 cup of Parmesan cheese, and 2 eggs. And that is all you're going to need for this particular recipe. If you're making 1 batch, which gives you 4 buns, so 4 of these, if you want to do just 4 of these, it's 1 cup of mozzarella cheese, half a cup of Parmesan cheese, and you can use the grated or the shredded, it doesn't matter, and 1 egg. So there are 3 of us that eat keto in my house, so I always have to either double or triple batch stuff because people be eating stuff like they got jobs and they buying stuff. Child, please. And laughing. So it comes together really quickly and easily. And I guess if you wanted to add seasonings to this, you really could. But you don't have to have any seasonings. So I'm just stirring together that egg. That's my binder, right? And also the parm, because I'm using the grated. You can use the shredded with no problem. And then this is going to come together. Now I'm gonna roll them out in balls, and they flatten themselves. So I rolled them out in balls, and they flatten. We also made chocolate chip muffins today. So that was another good recipe that we could do. And then yesterday, if you popped in yesterday, you saw where I was making fried chicken wings. And I actually did the chicken wings. I coated them in egg. I used a little bit of almond flour and then a little bit of, I did some grated pork rinds or some ground pork rinds. And they came out just like fried chicken. It was so good. All right, so I've gotten this all done, all whipped up. It whips up real easy and real quick. So that is it. I've got my oven preheating to 350 degrees. And then I am just going to roll these out. Now, I am a total food snob, meaning I don't like food touching my hands. I can't deal. So y'all pray for me, because I can't handle the truth. Anybody else on keto out there? Let me know what is good that you like, and do forgive the squeaking of my voice. It is this time of the year. So we're in North Carolina. The western part of our state is under a lot of snow. Yes, I do cook with almond flour or coconut flour, either one. Coconut flour, I can use less and get the same amount, and it's cheaper. But the almond flour, I try to get at Costco. I do probably use that more, but as expense, coconut is cheaper. So I'm going to make 8 little balls. So I just pinched off a good little chunk, and then I'm just going to roll it. Well, I'm just going to hand form it instead of rolling with my gloves. My gloves don't want to roll. And then I'm going to plop it on a cookie tin with a Silpat mat on it. Looking for really cheap. So back to on a budget. The Parmesan cheese you can find at Dollar Tree for $1. The eggs I got on sale this week for 87 cents a dozen at my Harris Teeter. There was a limit of 2 on that. And then the mozzarella cheese was a buy one get one free. And I probably had a coupon, I'm sure, because I'm like shop with coupons. Oh, the lasagna I haven't tried that one yet, but I am going to try that. I'll share with you something that oh man, see, and here's my problem. That is awesome. But for some reason, I'm like a turtle, and I'm kind of probably modified. If you would call it that, I would definitely say I'm not the strictest of keto like some people, in the fact that I'm not tracking. And if I tracked, I probably could lose a little bit quicker, but I'm still a turtle, but I'm still down. So I'm thankful for any weight loss is good. I have not tried the onion rings, but I will tell you I made keto chili tonight, which I found on that Instagram page as well. But I didn't use ground beef because I didn't have any thawed out. I used meatballs that I had gotten from the grocery store, and I had a coupon for. And we used them last night for an event we were at. I made meatballs in a crock pot. I used a 1/4 cup of sugar-free raspberry jam, 1 8-ounce jar of salsa, and a 1.5 cups of diet cran grape juice, and a couple of tablespoons of the Truvia brown sugar, and they turned out really, really good. I did the juice, the brown sugar, and the jam in a reduction before I put it in the crock pot on top of the meatballs, and the salsa I put on top of the meatballs. So I've got 5. This is my 6th ball, and they take 20 minutes to cook up. So 20 minutes, and then you've gotten a couple of buns, so to speak, that you can use to make like breakfast sandwiches. And Alana is working on making egg bites. Now, the one thing I was thinking about doing with these is we like to do the bacon bits that we get from Costco. So you could actually put a few bacon bits in this dough, and I'm calling it dough for lack of a better word, and it will bake into your bun. And then what you would have to do then is just count for you know, count those, however much bacon you would use, you count that in your macros. All right, so I've gotten 8 balls done. 8 balls are done. These are all going into a 350-degree oven for 20 minutes, and then you should have 8 muffin tops. Do we have the eggs done? Because if we have the eggs done, we can put everything in at one time. If you're keto and trying to cook ahead, I like to do things in the oven that take the same amount of cook time. So I can do these cheese buns, the egg bites, clean as you go. And I find that's the one thing that I have issues with the most. If I don't prep ahead or cook ahead. Jackson, will you come and take this trash, lovely? If I don't prep ahead or cook ahead, then I struggle to make my week successful. I don't fall off the wagon. I might just not eat for a couple meals. And then I'm trying to eat lunch as my largest meal. So it's just a little bit of a... And then this to the... Oh, thank you, lovely. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to throw this in the sink.
This is trash.
Yes, lovely. That's trash. Alon, are you ready with those?
Not yet.
Okay. Soon?
Yes,
And then I keep my eggs, if anybody, you know, this may not work for you, but I found these boxes at, I think when Dollar General was having like a 50% off sale, I think I paid $1 for these. And I found this little thing right here at Goodwill. So I washed it out, and I sit this in the bottom, and then I put my eggs on top of here, and then I put all the rest of them around. I try to keep 2 of these full at one time. So we bought some, we've used these already, and this is the rest of what we have for the week. And I will shop on Wednesday, so it's not too bad. I am warm, so I'm going to slip out of this jacket because I am a little warm. And I'll put it over there for right now. We getting closer?
Yes, ma'am. You have to make sure you like stir in the seasoning.
You got to make sure you stir in the seasonings, because if you don't stir in the seasonings aren't stirred in. Mom.
It doesn't work.
She says it doesn't work like that, but I'm almost positive it works like that. What do you think?
You wouldn't say it like that.
I would.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so my other keto folks, what are you having issues with? Somebody said dinner ideas, right? So let me think. The white chicken chili, if you have not done the white chicken chili, go online and Google it. And I think it's All Day I Dream About Food. She has the white chicken chili recipe. I did it this past week with canned chicken. I didn't even have like real chicken. I did it with canned chicken, and it worked out so well. And what did we use the rest of the rotisserie chicken for? What did we make?
You put it in with the sauce.
I put it in, okay, I had a half a rotisserie chicken, and I used the Nashville hot sauce. So if you're interested in that, it is 1 stick of butter. I think it's 2 tablespoons of cayenne, and then 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. But I back my cayenne out to about 1.5 tablespoons, because we like it spicy, but we don't like it so spicy. I always have a glare on my glasses, but then I can't ever see what y'all are saying. So I'm like working it. So if you're looking for something to throw your wings in or toss your wings in, if you do the garlic parmesan wings, you can do them the very same. I cook mine in the oven at 425. I just, if you do the little wingettes, they come out so well. Just be careful about your cook time. I did 50 minutes yesterday. 45 would have been better. And you season them. But to make your wings come out crispy, you put baking powder on them. But make sure your wings are dry. So I washed them, then I laid them out on a pan, and I took paper towel and dried them out real good. Are you done? Okay. So these are my balls. These are what they look like going in. So I've got 8 of them. And I'm going to put that on the top rack. And then in this pan, we've got the egg bites. We just did 1 egg per muffin cup with a little bit of cheese. And then that's going in. And we're going to put that for 20 minutes.
The muffins need 25.
Well, we'll just take the eggs out at 20, and then we'll put the muffins back in for 5. Yeah, the chicken chili is good. I haven't tried the, what is it I was going to try today? I was going to do the broccoli cheese soup, but I didn't get a chance because we had those meatballs left over. And so I did the, what did I do? The chili. I chopped them up really fine. You can do it in a food processor. And I made chili. And it was really good. So for the chili, I didn't use any tomatoes, but it calls for a can of tomatoes because I had used salsa in the meatballs yesterday. I did 1 bag of cauliflower, and I put it in when I first started cooking because I like broken down cauliflower. I don't really like big chunks of it, so it cooked down. And what else did I put in there? Pepper, bell pepper, and onion. So that's what I did for those types of things. And I threw everything in, put it on high for a couple hours because it was just right after church. So let's see what else. Give me the muffins. Let me see the muffins. I'll show you these. We made chocolate chip muffins. These are keto muffins. And I made these smaller. They're supposed to be bigger, but I like to count less carbs. So I made these smaller. So this is coconut flour, baking powder, vanilla sweetener. What else did I put in there? Chocolate chips, the Lily's brand chocolate chips. And then on top of it, we put a Truvia brown sugar, shredded coconut unsweet, and slivered almonds. And we crunch it up and we put that on top before you bake. And then it goes in to bake. So we made, I think, 21 cupcakes. Today we'll have these on hand. We'll have the bread on hand. We'll have the egg bites on hand. What else do we need? I was going to do pancakes today, but I decided not to do pancakes because I just did not feel up to it and I had school. So somebody said they tried the lasagna. I have not done that just yet, but I think I can. Couple other ideas that the kids and I like to do is Friday nights is now pizza night. We do the fathead dough pizza and we kind of clean out our fridges. Whatever is in there, we put on the pizza. We tend to like an Alfredo sauce, and then we use a lot of spinach, and then we love bacon. We had some leftover bacon, so we did the bacon on top of that. And for 3 of us, we can eat using 1 fathead pizza dough recipe, which is just almond flour, eggs, cream cheese, and cheese. But of course, you can use this batter that I just did tonight, and it will make pizza dough if you want to, you know, flatten it out. But I like the crunchiness of the almond flour pizza dough. That just works really well for me. I'm trying to think of some other things that might be helpful on keto. Always, if you have a sweet tooth like I do, keeping the Lily's chocolate chips on hand or the chocolate bars. And here's one thing that's a little strange about keto. Well, for me, you find yourself not eating the same things. Because when you very first start, you're eating the same things all the time. And because that's what you know how to cook, or you can do it quickly, or you know what the macros are. But as time goes on, you actually end up experimenting or finding other things to cook. And then you forget about, you know, the things you started with. So let me recap. Oh, I found this online. If you're looking for somebody said they were new. So I went online and I found this at stockpilingmom.com. And this was a simple keto shopping list. If you needed a couple of things, I just printed this out. It pops up as a printable. And then you can, you know, I make my weekly list of things I'm going to buy. I always try to, I'm not a big ground beef person, so I don't eat a lot of ground beef. But this week at my Harris Teeter, I was able to get a ground chicken for $1.50. So that was a good deal for us. Chuck roast, we love to get roast, and I am the queen of the yellow tags. It don't matter to me if it's a yellow tag or not. I will get that. Whole chickens I like for Sundays because you can either throw it in a crock pot or you can throw it in the oven when you get home, or you know, if you get up in the morning and just ready to get started. I'm going to take my glasses off because the glare is bothering me. Breakfast sausage, we always try to either keep sausages or bacon cooked and prepped. But again, it's 3 of us, so we tend to eat a whole pack of bacon at 1 sitting or 2 sittings. So you're trying to stretch it out. I haven't had much lamb, but I do like lamb. And then we always keep If you like seafood, you can do shrimp. We keep the peeled deveined shrimp that you get at Walmart. We get the one bag for $5 and some change. And then grab you some zoodles and get this little tool. If you don't have this tool, get it. This is called a Veggetti. And I got this at Walmart. It was $9.99. And what you do is you take your zucchini and you shove it in here. And you just twist it. And when the zucchini gets too small for you to keep twisting, you take this end piece and stick it in, and then you twist it. And it comes out like spaghetti noodles. So this has been a game changer for me as far as noodles are concerned. Really? Shh, be lovely. They do not like visitors. So that works out really good. And I use that for pasta Alfredo. I like to just saute up my zoodles in butter and garlic and not have any meat. As long as you cook them enough, saute them down really well, it is really nice. Or you could throw in an onion, you can throw in mushrooms. Sarah from Our Tribe of Many, if you follow her over on YouTube, she did stuffed mushrooms and they are amazing. And I found them very keto friendly for me. I mean, on my version of keto, they're friendly. So you take a pound of sausage, you do onions, you do bell pepper, you do your seasonings, and then 1 package of cream cheese. And then you take button mushrooms, you pop the stems out. You can keep those for stock, or you can chop them up and throw them into the mixture as well. And then you stuff the mushrooms, throw them into a 350-degree oven. And I like to sprinkle a little bit of grated Parmesan on. And we do about 15 or 20 minutes, just until the mushrooms are done and they're starting to leak out. The moisture is coming down. And then you know they're really done. Don't overcook them, because sometimes they're not the best if you overcook. The filling is not the best if you overcook, so try not to do that. Let's see what else is on this cooking list. I'm trying to help some people while I'm waiting for the oven to finish, because we got 12 minutes. So let's see what else I like. Salmon is really good. If you like salmon, you can take salmon and use a lemon sauce. I have been using, let me show you this, and I got this on a coupon too. This was $5.99 at my grocery store, and I actually had a $2 off coupon that doubled to $4, so I paid $1.99, and I think I got about 6 bags of this, because I bake and stuff during the holiday season, and I have a sweet tooth, so my biggest struggle on keto is bread and sweets, so I just try to make my own treats. But take a little bit of this, a little bit of lemon juice. The regular recipe calls for orange juice, but I use lemon juice, and then you make that a reduction, and you pour that over your salmon after it's already cooked in your pan, and it is a really nice treat. It adds a little bit of that citrusy flavor, and it's really good. And I do like that over zoodles as well. Let's see. I haven't had any buffalo or any elk, but if somebody want to, help a sister out and give me some, I'll take it. Tuna, I have not done tuna very much, but I'm finding that would be a quick lunch or a snack for me and the kids. Just do tuna, mayo, and we do the sugar-free relish, salt and pepper to taste, and that's it. It's already done. I am not a fan of boiled eggs, but a lot of people on keto eat boiled eggs. They are not my favorite. I'd rather my eggs be scrambled. I can eat them that way. But if you like boiled eggs, you can do egg salad. I don't like egg salad. Hot dogs is on here. Lunch meat, this past week, I found packages of the deli turkey from Oscar Mayer. They were 3 for $10 or $3.33, and they had a $3 mark off tag on them, so I got them for 33 cents a piece, and I got them all. Throw them in my freezer, and then you have them. What else? Let's see. Cabbage is really, really good. If you like cabbage, you can do the bacon wrapped cabbage. We haven't had that in quite a while. Might throw that into the mix at some point whenever I can find bacon on sale. I like lettuce, but we like spinach better. It's just our preference. We love any type of cheese, and we keep cheese sticks or we keep shredded cheese, especially for our pizza nights, because we have made every Friday night a pizza night. It's just easy. The dough is really easy. So, Prayer, you said you're doing fathead dough. So what I do is, once I get my cheese all melted and I throw in my dry ingredients and I get it into a nice little ball, I throw it into a Ziploc bag, close the bag, and then I use that bag. I knead it in the bag. Again, I have issues with getting stuff all over my hands, but I find that it's easier to knead in the bag and you don't get sticky all over your hands. And then when I'm ready, I plop it out onto my parchment paper, roll it out with my rolling pin, and we do squares. So I have a pretty decent size pizza square. Bake it for, I think it's 9 minutes. And then you put your sauce, and then any of your toppings go on top of that. Some miscellaneous things: peanut butter, sunflower butter, almond butter. I have not done almond butter yet, but I have a couple recipes I want to try. Nut flours, which is your almond flour, your coconut flour. Chicken stock, I usually make my own now. When I have a rotisserie chicken left or a whole chicken I've cooked here, I throw the carcass in the crock pot and let it cook overnight for bone broth, and that's really good. Pickle juice is on here. Salsa or hot sauce, sugar-free salad dressings. I like full fat dressings because it's less carbs than the sugar-free kind, or the light. Beef jerky, olives, and pork rinds. Now, I love pork rinds. Let me see if I can show you the ones I like. And I get these at Walmart. These are called, oh, I can't stand sticky dough, bothers me. Southern Recipe Original Pork Cracklings. These aren't necessarily, you know, pork rinds, but they're pork cracklings. And I like these better because they're a little bit more substantial and they crunch. So it makes it like it's chips, actually. There's a little bit more crunchy. And it has a little bit more of the meaty parts, if that makes any sense. And these make a really good breading, but they grind a little harder than the regular, you know, pork rinds or the chicharrones. So these, when they're in your food processor, they sound like crack, crack, crack. And you're like, oh my God, I'm breaking my food processor. Not true, but I like these better for snacking. Right? When you want that chippy feel, this is better for me. You can take pork rinds and make pork rind nachos. You can take nacho cheese. You can do queso fresco. You can do Mexican. You can do meat. You can do lettuce. I will crunch these up and put them on a salad. If I'm looking for a crouton of some kind, that works out well as for me. I back up. Boy, bye. No. No. My granddog thinks he's supposed to have this, and his mom does not like him to have human food, like she says. Sorry, I can't help you. It's a no. Any questions from me? Anybody have any questions? I did a clean out of my closet today. Somebody gave a couple of boxes so I could go through and look at some of the clothes they had in there. And honestly, there was only about 4 pairs of pants and 1 top that I could fit. Everything else was extra large, and I just can't wear extra large anymore. This is one of my favorite shirts that my dear friends gave to me. It says, "Coffee is a hug and a mug," and she is so right. But it's too big. It's getting to that point where I've got to, you know, either rehome it or I'm just wearing it around the house. You know, I'm not really going out with it because being on keto, I have lost lots of inches. Jackson was remarking today about Alana's legs and Mom's legs. She's like, he said, "Mom, you're almost as little as Alana." And I look at myself as still being extremely heavy, but I can tell. And then I was at work the other day and somebody came by. They said, "I thought you were a student. You lost so much weight." Of course, they didn't see my face, so they didn't know it was me. But I have lost weight on keto. That wasn't the main reason why I decided to do it, for my blood pressure. So I have already come off of 1 medication, and I'm hoping to come off the 2nd medication within the next 6 months. I go back in January for blood work, and then Alana is doing keto, and she is doing that on recommendation from her pediatric endocrinologist. We had a few issues we were trying to work with over the last 2 years, and when we went back for the last visit, the doctor said, okay, she did really good. She didn't gain any weight. So now we have a weight loss goal. The goal we had before this appointment was just to maintain. So she maintained, but she's got a few other things going on that are causing her to gain weight. So we're working on that and we're maintaining. We still haven't lost too much, but it's like me, up and down, up and down. So I was happy to see a 2 ounce. I had 2 ounces lost last week. I'll take it. I think I have some nervous eating sometimes, and I'm a snacker. So usually they say when you're on keto, don't snack. That doesn't work for me. I have to snack because I'm not a meal eater. I don't have time for meals. I'd rather drink coffee all day and be fine. Of course, that cannot be my life. I have noticed one little bad habit that is coming back that I need to check really quickly. I like coffee, and I tend to drink cream in my coffee. So I usually just let myself have 1 cream in the morning, but then I'll do heavy whipping cream. And so I can't always have that combination. So I'm having to learn to scale back because there is carbs in those types of items. So I have to, you know, scale back a little bit to make sure that I'm staying within my macros. But for me today, I really can tell, and other people are starting to tell. Somebody saw me today at church. They said, every time I see you, you're shrinking. So it is good for me. Again, my blood pressure is well. I'm feeling the best I've ever felt in the past 2 years, maybe. So I'm feeling good about that. We have 3 more minutes on the... I just want you to see... Oh, man, they look really nice. I just want you to see what the... how they come fresh out of the oven. So this is what, they look like, but I really wanted you to see what they look like coming fresh, just fresh out of the oven. And then, of course, you can take this, and I would put, eggs, sausage, cheese, and then make a Sammy. And even if you wanted to freeze these ahead, they're dense enough. Like, it's not like cloud bread. Cloud bread is like really flimsy. This is not. And if you wanted to make this Mexican, you could take... We make our own taco seasoning. So as you roll the balls, you could actually roll them out. Or you could put this in a plastic bag and shake them up and do them like snickerdoodle cookies. But you would just be making your cheesy buns with a taco flavoring seasoning. So you could do that. What else could you do? For newbies, biggest decision we ever made was to clean out our whole pantry. We threw away everything. Every single thing we owned. And I'm a couponer. So before I threw everything away, I did try to find homes for the stuff that was still really good, but not on my new eating plan. So that was the game changer for me, was cleaning it out. Because if it's in there, I'm always going to say, oh, well, I paid money for this. I really don't want to waste it. So I took the road of, let me find somebody that can use this, and then I can start fresh. And then you have to build up slow. Let me show you another thing that you might appreciate that we do like here. This is vanilla, French vanilla stevia extract. I got this at Whole Foods, I believe. So I add a little bit of this to my muffins, just like a couple of, dropperfuls. Keto Connect uses this. They may not use just that flavoring, but I do use that. And then xanthan gum as a thickener. So instead of using, flour to thicken, I use the xanthan gum. Okay, all right. Next time I'm home, I'll make it for you. 1 minute on the buns. So I'm going to put a couple things together. If you want to do some sandwiches with your buns, right? I've got my plate. And I'm just going to make up a sandwich for myself. I've got egg bites that we made the other day. I've got my cheesy buns. Let me be closer. Better. I've got some cheese. And I've got some turkey. So whatever it is that you're wanting to eat, you can very easily make a sandwich. 2 buns on the plate. Alana, I think this can come out as well. And this is how they come out. So they went in as balls. They come out as buns. And so far, this is the best recipe I've found And my egg muffins are done too. Same time, 20 minutes each. I'm going to make one of the kids a sandwich because somebody asked me if they can have them. They deflate just a tiny bit, right? They deflate just a tiny bit. But they are set up pretty good. There's no wiggle, no jiggle. This is what they come out looking like. You can see the underside is brown. It's hot, y'all. So I'm going to flip this out. So that's one. Then I'm going to come in, pull out my egg bite, which just freshly came out of the oven. She probably wouldn't pick this cheese for herself, but since I'm making the sandwich, I'm picking it. I'm going to take the cheese. Put it on top. And then my second bun. And then if you're looking to have a sandwich, here it is. You can put a piece of sausage in there and then make that egg, egg, cheese, and sausage, or you can do bacon. And then you'll have a bacon, egg, and cheese wrap. This is nice and hot. It's going to melt the cheese. The egg is hot, so everything is hot. And I'm going to give this to one of the kids. Who's coming to eat this? Alon, do you want to eat some of this? I'll let them split it.
Doesn't want to hot.
Well, you gotta share, but it is hot. So you can see that steam. See that steam? Just go back and hit the replay, Aunt Fran, when I'm done. After I hit done, it'll replay for you. But there it is. These are our cheesy buns. Again, I found this on Instagram on a keto page. So if you're on Instagram, I think it's Keto Diet. I think that's the name of the page I found it on. If not, I'll tag it when I'm done. But anywho, thank you guys so much for stopping by our channel. And we'll see you next time we cooking. Bye, y'all.